Work hours went by and the sun started to set, the city glowing in the light of the orange sun. The office was filled with the sound of Zach's light snoring, his head laying on his arms that rested on his desk. His snoring, however, would soon be flooded out with the sound of a strange fire-like ring that appeared on the left side of the room. Zach's head shot up as the sound got louder and the room seemed to get hotter and strangely tense. What's going on? What's happening? He shouted as he quickly got to his feet and jogged to the door of his office. He stopped just outside as he slightly cracked the door, letting him see into his office. What the hell is that thing? A portal? Unless this is Portal 3, this should not be happening? He thought as his skin began to seep with a nervous and fearful sweat. His eyes started to the portal entrance as a set of 4 figures stepped out. Zach let out a silent gasp as he stared at the intruders. One of them was a red-skinned, strange-looking creature with large white and black striped horns, the devil-like tail, yellow eyes, and white splotches on his face. He was wearing a black suit with red buttons with red cowboy boots dotted, almost looked male. Another one also had red skin and a tail, this one only having 3 white freckles on his cheeks with white hair, yellow eyes, and black and white striped horns. It was wearing a suit as well. This one wearing a red bow tie. It also seemed to be male. The third one was, you guessed it, red skin with a single mole on its right cheek, a couple of white splotches on its arms and tail, and was wearing some black lipstick. It had black hair and solid black horns. It was wearing black shirt with yellow buttons and a pair of black pants. This one, however, seemed to be female. The last one was definitely the odd one out. She seemed to be a white anthropomorphic wolf with white fur, white long hair, red eyes, and sharp claws and fangs. She was wearing a pair of black shorts and a ripped dark gray shirt that exposed her stomach, some black fingerless gloves and black knee socks that exposed her canine toes. Zach's eyes widened in disbelief as he rubbed them, trying his best to wake himself up from what he assumed was a dream. To his surprise, it was certainly real. What are those things? Demons, aliens, fursuiters? He screamed internally. The cowboy boots-wearing creature looked around the room as he brushed his coat with his hands. Here we are, about time too. We should have found this place hours ago, he said with an oddly optimistic bravado. The white-haired creature scoffed and rolled his eyes. Maybe next time we can ask someone who actually knows Target, it said with a very apparent annoyance. Zach gulped down a Fairfield lump in his throat as he stared at the intruders, his heart beating a mile a minute. Target? What do they mean by Target? He whispered to himself. The 4 intruders began to really take in the room, each one touching and inspecting the miscellaneous objects that littered his desk. The female demon sat at the desk, her eyes glancing at the computer screen. She said as her eyes traveled down the screen. Zach Huff stared her down, praying that she didn't hit any buttons.
Oh, what do we have here?
The leader of the group walked to her side and began to read with her. After a few seconds, he let out a chuckle. Heh, must be a writer. We don't get many of those types of targets. Shame he won't finish this. Zack's heart stopped. What did he mean by he won't finish this? What was he after? The only thing he could think of was that they were here too. Zack let out a silent gasp as he slowly backed up and away from the door. He had to get away, had to run as quick and as far as he possibly could in his shock and fear. He soon backed up too far and bumped into his ugly vase. His face turned wild with horror as the glass decoration crashed into the ground, breaking into pieces. He let out an audible growl as the door to his office opened. His eyes staring directly into the eyes of the white canine. She smirked heavily and stepped closer to him, her claws almost shining in the house's light.
Hey, Blitzo, I think I found the lucky guy.
She growled out, her body slowly following Zack's. Great mind holding him down for us, said the leader demon now known as Blitzo. Zack started to sweat as he backed up further until he was against the kitchen counter. He started to pant, his heart was beating a mile a minute. He had to get out, but first he had to deal with her. Wait, hold on, can I just ask you something? He sputtered as his hands gripped the counter. The wolf tilted her head as she let out a slightly annoyed huff.
Sure, fine, what is it?
You like coffee? Zack asked as he reached behind him, grabbing the semi-warm coffee cup and swiftly threw the contents onto the canine, blinding her for a second. Using the opportunity, he slammed the cup against her head, knocking her down to the floor with a solid thud. It's caramel. With that, Tall shouted. He grabbed his skateboard and bolted out of the apartment and down the stairs onto the streets of New York. The three demons ran out of his office and over to the canine, a bit of worry spread on most of their faces. Looney, are you okay, sweetie? Blitzo asked the canine known as Luna as he helped her to her feet.
Within seconds, Luna's face grew red with rage as she punched a hole into the counter with all of her might. That f***ing human. He's f***ing dead. She screamed as she bolted out of the apartment after him, leaving the three demons standing in Zack's kitchen. The three stood in silence, most likely not seeing this job going down this way.
Should we go after her? The white-haired demon asked. Nah. She got it. Not many can't get away when she angry. Let's raid this guy fridge instead, Blitzo answered as he walked to his fridge.
Oh, dibs on the ice cream, female demon call out. Once more again. Scar, you're late again with the videos.
And again, I got my handful. I can't stop this mission.
So are you going transform to your wolf form?
No, last time I did that, I wasn't in control and it caused us a lot of trouble. This prototype is enough to contain the wolf. Plus about the comic dude. I don't think I can't do this anymore.
Why? What's troubling you? Wait, there's something near you and it's... Oh my. Behind you! Scar, are you there? Come on, answer me. Scar, talk to me.
I'm okay. As answer your question, I will talk about it soon, but for now, let's focus on the mission.